Hey, Maurice, thanks for joining us here on Network Bastion. It's lovely to see you again. Obviously, you need a bit of sunshine in England. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, Gerber, nice to see you, man. And yeah, first of all, I've been great. Um, but like you say, need some sun. Summer is around the corner, so can't complain, can't complain. But the English weather should make its way now.
Have a cup of tea then, eh? Yes, Maurice. For the viewers that don't know you, it's been a long time coming. Obviously, you've been a bit of sick, and I'm so glad that you're fine again and you're up and going again. For the
Yeah.
viewers back home, in a quick nutshell, just tell them who they are and yeah, who's Maurice Enslin and where did you come from and where you are at the moment.
Okay, cool. First, before I start, I just want to, if you do see me touch my nose or cough a little bit, I was sick last week, so still recovering from that. Um, but guys, yeah, look, first of all, big pleasure to be here on Network Bastion and also joining the crew in terms of, you know, I'm going to go into my story now, but you know, I'm an entrepreneur and grew up in a small town, always had big dreams, wanted to play cricket for South Africa, and had my short stint of professional cricket. After that, worked for the Blue Bulls for 7 years. That was quite a fun gig to have. Being on the field with the rugby players, I was the Blue Bulls mascot, dancing around, jumping around, doing all the backflips, entertaining the crowds. But then after that, I started getting involved in international companies where I was building international sales teams and stuff like that. And actually, through one of those companies, you know, I met Gerbrand, and from there, it's just been a relationship that's steadily been growing. And you know, for me, also just now getting the opportunity to speak to all the bastions and you know, people watching this now, is that you know, I'm super privileged because I think this is exactly what the world needs. You know, I'm a networker. I I enjoy being in the company of people with the same mindsets. And I think if I can sum myself up in, you know, in a nutshell, I've tried a lot of things. You know, I'm a jack of all trade and not always master of all, but master of most. But at the end of the day, networking and relationships, I think that is the core essence of who I am, and building that community, you know, for future progress.
Yes, that's fantastic, Maurice. And like you said, we are so happy to have you on board, and you will be punching those podcasts out in Europe and
Can't
Great
wait, man.
Britain, saving us a lot
Yeah,
of cost on traveling, and you know, being the face of Network Bastion and building those networks. Um,
yeah.
we are privileged to have
I'm
you on
I'm
board.
all for
So,
it. Hey, thanks,
Mau-
man. Appreciate it.
Maurice, tell us quickly. You've been busy. You've been real busy the last few years. Uh, and you are sort of going in a new direction, sort of with a bit of source that you added from the previous few years. But what's the future looking like for you, and what you up to at the moment?
So it was actually, I was speaking to somebody about it today. It's actually funny to as to where my life is now. As I was saying, you know, I was working for American-based companies building international sales teams, and the big thing is when COVID came, I was working for a travel company, and when COVID came, you know, travel went out the window. And before that, I've actually been playing around with forex trading,
Mhm.
just playing around in the space, having that curiosity of what we see on the internet, and you know, what we see on social media, and people, you know, driving the fast cars and stuff. That's never what motivated me to look at it. But I think whatever project I take on, for me, it's, you know, what at the end of the day can help me create freedom to still be myself, but also freedom to be the best version of myself with the people around me. And so so when the travel company got bought out by another company, I actually, in that space, and it was actually in the time time where we couldn't meet friends and family and things like that.
Yeah.
But I was sitting and trading, and a couple of people that was in the close inner circle. They were like, Maurice, what's happening? What are we doing now? What's the next project? And I was like, guys, I started looking at this. I came up with my own strategies. Obviously, learned from some serious mentors. My mentor sitting in America, highly successful trader,
Wow.
and actually just like something that I never thought I would dabble in, then became something that I shared with friends,
Mm-hmm.
that then, without knowing it, got launched into a business. We grew a network of just over 2,000 people,
Wow.
and yeah, and then I had the opportunity. So we recently relocated to London. My wife came to specialize on this side, and I'm in a very privileged space in my life where I could, I could be flexible. I could be here working from home, and still making money and still serving our community. Now the thing is, when I started my trading community, my heart really is, to help people understand what trading is.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what you see on, there's always these YouTube ads that pop up, or the people on Instagram posing with a pack of cash in front of a Lamborghini and stuff like that. I just think,
That's
I don't know
crazy.
if, yeah, I don't want to use a bad word, but it's the biggest bull,
Yeah.
whatever.
BS.
It's bull. It's BS.
Bull
And
crap.
yeah, and what I wanted to showcase, and to people, is that, how can we help the normal individual out there that doesn't want to drive a Ferrari, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to go on exotic vacations, that doesn't want to wear a Rolex. How can we help them make an extra 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 rand a month, in
Mm-hmm.
order for them to fill some gaps, in order for them to come out of a tough time economically with COVID? And also, for me, it's more valuable to help somebody pay their kids' school fees
Yeah.
than for me seeing that guy buy a Ferrari. Obviously, that's nice, and
Yes.
that eventually, when people, my whole thing is like, if I can get people started on that journey and they educate themselves further and then create insane, massive freedom for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
then then it's their doing, and not ours.
Yeah.
Although we started it. So I recently had the opportunity. I got offered a buyout from a very big company in South Africa, and we taking this thing from where it was, literally started at home with a few friends, grew into a great community, into something that we are taking to the next level. There's obviously a couple of things that's currently happening in the background,
Mm-hmm.
other than forex trading, that unfortunately I can't speak about that as yet,
We
because it's
will get
not
to that
it's
in the
oh
future.
yes, 100%. Like, I just can't speak about it because it's not public yet. But at the moment, we've launched our new course, and our mission really is to, how do we help the person out there with the right tools.
Yeah.
We will never ever go and post on Instagram in front of someone else's Ferrari or Lamborghini and say, "Hey, buy our course because you're going to become a millionaire."
Yeah.
In fact, we tell people, if you're not in an investment mindset, or if you want to use our program to get rich, don't trade.
That's true.
Don't invest in this, because it's not the picture that we want to put out there. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we're selling our course at a decent price compared to the competitors out there. To give you an example for what we're offering, there's two companies in South Africa, in Pretoria, that offer not exactly what we offer. They offer a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
They charge 25K minimum for their program, and we charge 2,500 bucks. Now the
Wow.
thing is, we make money on our trades anyway, so we don't need to get rich selling
That's
courses.
fantastic, and you can help a lot
Yeah.
more people, and also, like you said, the normal Joe on the street. Yeah.
Exactly. And Gerben, to be honest, if we could have, we can give it away for free.
Mhm.
But there's also, and I've seen this so many times in business, is that if an individual does not have a financial investment, then they don't treat something as an investment. And that's why we do charge for our courses. It's not an admin fee or things like that. It is basic business principle where if you have money in the game, you're going to take it serious.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and
The
that's why we
commitment.
charge for our
Yeah.
courses. Yeah,
You have to
100%.
commit to
Like,
something.
yeah. And I've seen it so many times where my previous company, there was a time where I just decided everybody needs to see this, so let's give the course away. Let's give it away for free. And it worked, but it only works for a few amount of people. Majority of the people are like, oh, I got it for free, don't really need to spend time on it.
Yep.
Yep. And then you sell them the same course as what they got for free, and then they take it serious.
Yeah, it's so true, and I think that's something we can learn out of all of this. That's a very good statement that you're making.
Yeah. So and that's like our goal and dream really is just to, times are tough. Economic times are tough, and I don't see it, getting better. I think we're in a very exciting economic time with the war going on, and the great thing about forex trading and what we focus on is risk management.
Yeah.
To give you an example, I've got a client. He's probably like 21, 22 years old. He's trading with a $500 account, and all he needs to do, or all he wants to do, is make between $25 and $50 a day. That's all he's doing. He's making basically 1% a day on his account. Sometimes he makes it, sometimes he doesn't. But when he loses like 0.2% of his account. So, if he starts on $500 for the day and he has a really, really bad day, he might lose, let's say, $10.
Yes.
And that, max. And that for us is, how do we help people? Yes, $500 is probably a bit of money for somebody to put in an account. But, I think there's a mindset regarding trading where people want to take $50 or $100 and go make vast amounts of money.
They get greedy.
Unfortunately, yeah, exactly. And the thing is, people are like, I always say, don't trade with broodgeld.
Yes.
You don't want to trade with the money that you need to go buy bread and milk with.
Yep.
You need to trade with somebody that's or something and an investment that is extra. And the big thing around that is that we want to teach people that on how to work the percentages more than taking $50 and trying to go and make 50% on that, which is $25 a day. We don't want to do that. We've got actually a guy that's been with me for a long time in previous companies and stuff like that. Jaco Grobler. He's from Dalmas. No, not Dalmas. What's the Ruiten? Ruiten. What's the Kalinin Ruiten? And he's a teacher by profession. And Jaco made, throughout the years, made a few bad financial decisions, but by sticking to a trading plan, and Jaco was actually the very first person that asked me, Maurice, what are you doing in COVID? And he was the very first person I showed trading to, and he stuck to a plan. And Jaco went from quite severely in debt to debt free. He's not financially free. That's that was never the aim. One day, if Jaco can get there, 100%. I mean, I would be the first guy to rock up at his doorstep with a bottle of champagne and pop it and celebrate his success.
Yeah.
But the biggest success for me in this whole story is that he was able to pay his debt through a trading income. And he did it on the side. Full-time teacher, coaches rugby, cricket, athletics. I have to drive a bus sometimes to take kids, to sport events and stuff. But even through that, through time, because of the support that we give through our community as well, is to really, because the thing is, I analyze the markets every single day. So because these people are part of the community, even if they don't have time, I give a full trading analysis on a pair. I give people the signal, and people can take the trade with me, do the risk management, and get education as they learn.
Yes, that's fantastic, Maurice. Tell me something, if people want to go and check you out, how do they go about and what do they have to do? Because I think it's a very good opportunity. And like you said, you're taking them step by step. You're not learning them how to gamble. You're teaching them not to be greedy. And you're actually taking them step by step, helping them, especially if you don't know anything about trading. Where can I go to and how can I go and check you out?
Perfect. I think the best, I'm going to say the website, but I'm also going to send it to you so you can maybe tag it onto this video.
I'm gonna put it in the comments. Yes.
Perfect. It's the conversiontradingacademy.com, and so that will take you directly to our website. It's a simple checkout system. We actually run a launch special because we went from the old system to the new system. We're helping new people to get into the market quite quicker. So we do have a bit of a launch special. Normally we sell our course for 3,500, but at the moment we're doing it for 2,500 as like a bit of a launch special, getting people, also we want people to be comfortable with who we are, what we stand for. And I think, and I hope that what we bring to the table is, people would eventually speak about it, and that will be a thing that, that people can pay forward. And Gerben, I'm super happy that you said the word gambling, because and this is the biggest thing I teach. Apart from risk management in the markets, is that there's such a fine line between trading and gambling.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just look at the charts, and without any knowledge and understanding of why price is moving the way it's moving, they look at the market, they put in $1,000, and 2 minutes later, the $1,000 is gone. And they get frustrated, they get angry, and the first thing they say is like, this thing doesn't work. Whereas we take your $1,000 and we help you on that $1,000. How can we make $50 a day?
That's it.
Because that's where once you start working those percentages, there's give or take 20 trading days in a month. If you do $50 a day times 20, that's $1,000 at the end of the month. Wow. That's an extra, I don't know what the rand dollar is.
It's like an $18,000. It's like an average salary, extra salary.
Exactly. And that is our aim. Teaching people to really be rustig and looking at the markets the right way. And like today, to be honest, I actually have I'm waiting for some trades now. We lost one trade. Where I trade multiple accounts, but we lost one trade, so it's not really a trading day, but we're very close to two setups that's going to trigger. And I mean, just the one trade will in the first 10% will give us our losses back plus profit. To give you an example, I had 2 weeks ago, I was testing an account size for our community, and let me talk numbers. I did a $10,000 account, and I was testing it because we're moving into the phase where we're getting clients that really start investing bigger money, working with the smaller percentages. And so on the $10,000 account, we had 6 losses and 7 wins.
Okay.
That is not a great trade week ratio. Okay. But I actually wrote it down. Where's my piece of paper? Yeah, I've got it here. That's crazy. Out of the 6 losses, sorry, it was 7 losses and 6 wins. So it is less than 50%. On a $10,000 account, out of 6 losses, we've lost $62.
Wow.
The profit, 7 losses, $62. The profit on that was $810.
That's fantastic. So obviously you can tune it, your loss, you put a stop loss in so you don't let it go past a certain amount.
100%. So and that's what we're trying to bring to the market. Like, Garbrandt, to be honest, like, if I look at myself, sometimes I'm like, Maurice, why the hell are you a trader? But at the end of the day, if you understand risk management,
yes,
you can win 2 out of 10 trades.
Yeah.
But if your risk management is perfect, you'll still be in profit. And this is a testimony of that. And I actually shared it in our community. I mean, 7 losses, 6 wins, $62.09 in losses, and $810.42 in profit.
That's fantastic.
So with that's what we want to teach people. You can be I'm going to say it, you can be a shit trader.
Yeah.
But if you're great at risk management,
you're
going to make money. You're going to be part of an amazing community that will always give you support. And that's our dream and goal. And, to take that to the market, especially South Africa.
Yeah, fantastic. And like you said, you can do it in your free time and you take it baby steps like you have time, and then you will help the people. Maurice, you know what? The guys from Network Bastion and the supporters that we have, they're going to see you a lot, and it's not going to be long before you can start up. Obviously you're a bit busy now, but once you start up and you can do sort of podcasting, I just want to tell the people that we are always looking at international plans or ideas, and we are more than willing to connect to other international companies in business. And guys, you have to check out Maurice Enslin. I'm going to drop all of his information in the comments below. Go and check out his company. I promise you, this guy has taught me so much. The reason why I started reading books was because of this guy. He took the first 2 books I ever read and put it into my hands and told me, Garbrandt, you better read. Jy moet lees. En ek het gelees. And I tell you, I've never ever looked back. I've got lost along the road.
Never go without them.
What books are you busy with at the moment, if I may ask?
I'm actually moving away from. I've been reading so many business books that I just wanted to get into fiction a little bit. So I'm reading it's actually a Elon Musk.
Okay.
This is his favorite series called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's just kind of like how he based all his stuff on. And then I've got 2 books of that. And then I actually got this as a present. I'm very into foraging mushrooms. I live right opposite the forest, and especially now with springtime, like you have all these wild mushrooms come up, and I've just been really started being interested in mushrooms, foraging, and there's the best thing. I walk across the street, there's this mushroom. It's this big, honestly. It's standing about 1.5 feet tall. It's got a cap twice the biggest size of my head, and I promise you, if I take that mushroom and I fry it in a garlic butter sauce, and I get a crayfish, and I fry crayfish in a garlic butter sauce, and I blindfold you, I promise you, you will have difficulty tasting the difference between the two. And it's a new world that has opened up to me. So it's just kind of like a general interest. And that's what I'm currently reading.
What, Maurice? I also want to tell everyone that's going to have a look at you and your company, you will get the best advice as well from Maurice, because he's educated so many people in his previous businesses. Guys, if you're not interested in the trading part, just go and connect with Maurice. Go and check
Thanks,
him out.
Gerard.
Just ask him
That means a
about
lot.
what his success is and his journey. Connect with him. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, I can even, if people want to, unfortunately, I do not give out my cell phone number anymore
Yeah,
because people phone me at 12 at night. But I mean, I can give them my personal email. I don't mind responding on email. It's always nice connecting to new people. And I mean, Gerard, to be honest, if there's people watching now and they just want to connect, let's start an email thread. I'm always open for meeting new
fantastic.
people. And then also, I travel back and forth between South Africa and the UK. So I'm here for 2 months, then I'm
Mhm.
in South Africa for a month. So I'm coming again in May, and it would be amazing, to once we connect via email, it would be amazing to connect in person. Let's
Yes,
go for a beer, let's go for a nice glass of wine and a dinner. Let's organize something. So and I mean, Gerard, I know you and I've been speaking about this for a while, and
Mhm.
I am going to be in the Cape,
Mhm.
in second, third week of May.
Yep,
So we'll definitely do a little bit of something to just
for
a nice
sure.
meet and greet, and yeah,
I must get
have
you
some Psalmist.
I must get you in the studio for a podcast. We will be professional by that time, and our website will be up and running. And I will also create for you a Network Bastion email, which for Europe and for Great Britain
Mm,
for your podcasting. So yeah, but yes, Maurice, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope I
biggest
didn't
pleasure,
take too
man.
much of your time. But I think the people that's looking, they really they got a good chunk. What's Maurice Enslin about? And please go and connect with him. And yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come and visit us.
Thanks, buddy. I really do appreciate. I appreciate, first of all, I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing, and I really do appreciate the effort what you guys are doing with Network Bastion. I think it's a phenomenal thing, and we need more and more things like this, and especially
Yeah,
in the time that we are now. We need the right people to connect with the right people in
that's
order
it.
to create the right change. And I mean, I think what you are busy with and me joining the team, and I'm super excited for what's going to happen in Europe and the UK and all over the world. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm invested. I'm more than invested.
Fantastic, Maurice. And yeah, man, you have a good night and go and pick some more mushrooms. And yeah, be sure to send me a few pics, eh?
Perfect.
I would appreciate it.
100%. I'll do that. Sweet.
Take care, my
Cool,
friend.
man.
Nice speaking to you
Have fun.
again. All right,
Thanks to you too,
bye.
man. Take care. Bye.
Bye.